This is a story about a man who followed his dream. His name was Walt Disney. Maybe you know his name. Maybe you have seen Mickey Mouse or Disneyland. But do you know the story behind the man? This is the story of Walt Disney's dream. Walt Disney was born in 1901 in a small town in the United States. His family was not rich. His father worked very hard. But they didn't have much money. Walt had 4 brothers and 1 sister. Life was not easy for them. But Walt was a happy child. He loved to draw pictures. He also loved to read stories. He liked to imagine new worlds. From a young age, Walt Disney had a big imagination. He looked at the world in a special way. When he saw animals, he imagined they could talk. When he looked at the sky, he saw stars and thought about flying. Walt didn't just live in the real world. He lived in a world of dreams. When Walt was a boy, his family moved many times. Sometimes they lived on a farm. Sometimes they lived in a city. Wherever they went, Walt took his pencils and paper. He drew every day. He drew people, animals, houses, cars, anything he saw. He also created his own characters. These were people and animals from his imagination. Even though Walt was talented, his life was not easy. His family did not have enough money to send him to a good art school. So Walt worked hard. He delivered newspapers in the early morning. He worked after school too. But he never stopped drawing. He believed that one day, his drawings would mean something. When Walt grew up, he got a job as a cartoon artist. He was happy to do the job he loved. But Walt had bigger ideas. He didn't just want to draw pictures. He wanted to make the pictures move. He wanted to create cartoons that came to life. At that time, cartoons were short and simple. Most people didn't take cartoons seriously. But Walt believed cartoons could tell big stories. He believed they could make people feel happy, sad, excited, or even brave. Walt started a small animation company with his brother Roy. They worked in a tiny office. They had almost no money. Sometimes they didn't have enough food. But they had something special. They had belief. They believed in their dream. Walt worked day and night. He created new cartoon characters. One of his early characters was a rabbit named Oswald. People liked Oswald. And the cartoon became popular. But something bad happened. Walt lost the rights to Oswald. Another company took the character away. Walt was very sad. He felt like a part of his dream was stolen. But Walt didn't give up. On the train ride home, he had a new idea. He drew a little mouse on a piece of paper. The mouse had big round ears and a happy smile. That mouse became Mickey Mouse. At first, no one wanted Mickey Mouse. Studios said, "A mouse will never be popular." But Walt believed in Mickey. He gave Mickey a cheerful personality. Mickey was brave, funny, and friendly. Walt even gave Mickey a voice, his own voice. Walt made a cartoon called Steamboat Willie. It was the first cartoon with sound. People loved it. Mickey Mouse became famous. Walt Disney became a name everyone knew. His dream was growing. But Walt didn't stop there. He had a new dream. He wanted to make the first long cartoon movie. People laughed at the idea. They called it Disney's Folly. They said, "No one will watch a long cartoon." But Walt worked hard. He and his team drew thousands of pictures. They spent years working on the movie. Finally, in 1937, the movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came out. It was beautiful. It was emotional. It was a huge success. People cried, laughed, and clapped. Walt Disney made history. He showed the world that animation was more than cartoons. It was art. After that, Walt made more movies. Pinocchio, Bambi, Cinderella, Peter Pan, and many more. Each movie was very interesting. Children and adults loved the stories. Walt's dream had become real. But Walt had one more dream. He wanted to build a place where families could have fun together. He didn't want a regular amusement park. He wanted a magical land. He wanted a place where stories came alive. Walt started planning a park. People said it would fail. Too expensive. They said. Too big. They said. But Walt didn't listen. He drew maps. He chose rides. He picked colors and music. He wanted everything to be perfect. In 1955, Disneyland opened in California. It had a castle, fun rides, music, parades, and smiling people. On the first day, thousands of visitors came. Children hugged Mickey Mouse. Families rode the train and saw the magic. Walt stood and smiled. His dream was now a place people could walk in. Walt once said, "All our dreams can come true, if we have the courage to pursue them." His life proved this. He had many problems. He failed many times. But he never stopped believing. He never stopped dreaming. Walt Disney died in 1966. But his dream did not die. Today, Disney movies, parks, and shows are everywhere. Millions of people watch Disney cartoons and visit Disney parks. New stories keep coming. New characters keep making people laugh and cry. What can we learn from Walt Disney's dream? We learn that dreams are powerful. We learn that we can start small and grow big. We learn that failure is not the end. It is part of the journey. We learn that imagination can change the world. Walt Disney was a boy with a pencil and an idea. He became a man who gave joy to the whole world. He believed in people. And he believed in dreams. Thanks for listening to this story on Tales Fluency. If you liked this story and want to keep learning English through more easy and inspiring stories, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Tales Fluency is here to help you learn English with real stories that teach life lessons and vocabulary. Let's learn together. Vocabulary highlights. Imagination, the ability to create new ideas or pictures in your mind. Cartoon, a fun drawing. Often used in movies or books. Believe, to think something is true or possible. Character, a person or animal in a story. Animation, pictures that move like they are alive. Success, doing well or reaching your goal. Dream, a big hope or idea for the future. Journey, the steps you take to reach a goal. Failure, when something doesn't work or go right.